The topic is African Americans and reparations, and we're talking to Dr. Al-Hadid, the chairperson of the Africana Studies Department at Tennessee State University. Dr. Al-Hadid, during the first segment, you made the point that reparations is a judicial movement rather than a legislative movement. Let's have you to expand upon that and talk about it from that perspective.
Yes. When the African prisoners of war were brought over here, legally they were defined as chattel of property, and therefore they were disenfranchised by that legal system. Now, once the Emancipation and the Civil War, Emancipation Proclamation, Civil War, once that concluded itself, the pain and suffering and oppression did not go away, because it shifted then to a system of apartheid, in the sense that the legal statutes, primarily in the southern states, indicated that black folks had no rights, that they should go to the back of the bus, that they should drink from the colored water fountain. So a whole segregated, separate social order was set up by a legal system. So now when you're talking in terms of identifying who's culpable in terms of a legal stipulation, you have to look at the government as one of the culpable parties. You would also have to look at the various businesses that profited from this. And I think that's the angle that is being taken. However, I think the legislative and the political is still an important dimension of it. If you look at the case where it's going now, John Conyers, a congressman from Michigan, has put in place a piece of legislation, a bill rather, which indicates that a committee or a commission should be set up to do an assessment of the damage done to people of African descent from 1619 to 1865. Now, on the heels of that, Randall Robinson has put together what is called a reparation assessment group. And in that group, he has some of the stellar African-American attorneys such as Willie Gary, Johnny Cochran, Charles Ogletree, Attorney Sweets. And so what they're doing now is that they're bringing suit against the government. They're bringing suit against specific corporations, such as Aetna Life Insurance, bringing cases against Brown University, and these various businesses that existed during slavery and made profits from slavery. And so they're approaching it, from that angle. Now, when you look at the approach that Malcolm X, or El-Hajj Malik al-Shabazz took, he was talking about bringing the United States government before the World Court, and charging it with the crime of genocide. Now, in order to leverage this, he was trying to get the cooperation of African heads of states, in the Middle East and in Islamic countries, and then they would go before the United Nations and the Security Council and make